A very good evening and welcome to the weekend news recap from Japura News by Japura Voice. I am Nisali Nawaratne. As Sri Lankan, we too are facing a serious crisis in the face of global epidemic. So, it's very important that we must be self-controlled and fulfill our responsibilities properly to get out of this pandemic situation and move towards a normal lifestyle. So, get the COVID vaccine immediately, follow the made guidelines of wearing face masks, maintaining a social distance, washing hands frequently, and minimizing public contact. Seek medical advice through the phone whenever you are unable to go to hospital and do not leave home unless it's highly necessary. We kindly remind you to make your full contribution as a duty and social responsibility to overcome this pandemic that the country is facing the face of increasing number of patients and deaths. With that reminder, let's take a look at the news headlines. The Delta variant in Sri Lanka assigned to new sub-lineage. A request to parents from the doctors regarding the vaccination. A clue about when university resumes. A steps to reopen schools under four-phase adhering to health guidelines. Captains of Sri Lanka men's team at Asian Senior Table Tennis to US. Now for news in detail. Delta variant has now been assigned a new lineage with mutations AY28 and this Delta variant is now named as B1617228 Sri Lankan lineage. This AY28 sublineage that was initially detected during late May 2021 subsequently accounted for approximately 60% of the infections in the Western province. The study carried out by USJ researchers, including Professor Neelika Malavige and Dr. Chandimaji Vandara from Allergy Immunology and Cell Biology Unit, Department of Immunology Molecular Medicine of University of Vijayawardhanapura, sequencing of the SARS-CoV-2 viruses since the onset of the pandemic. With the identification of the Delta variant in Sri Lanka, they also detected a Delta variant with several unique mutations in the spike protein. Further investigations to characterize the sublineage is underway. A team of doctors, including pediatricians, has made a special request to parents at a media briefing organized by Presidential Media Center on 23rd September 2021. Accordingly, since the vaccination is carried out with the recommendations of specialist committees in the world and in Sri Lanka, they request to direct the children for vaccination without hesitation away from superstitions. Pediatrician Dr. Anuruddha Padani has stated that the vaccination for cognitive children will have been commenced on following day, 24th September 2021, at the Lady Ridgeway Children's Hospital, Colombo. Accordingly, he informed the parents to direct the children who are suffering from chronic diseases, including diabetes, neurological diseases, kidney diseases, heart diseases, thalassemia, urinary tract, and gastrointestinal diseases for that. It is planned to provide the vaccine with the permission of the parents and with the recommendations of the relevant specialist doctors by visiting the clinics where they are being treated. Further, the pediatrician said that all the plans required for the vaccination of children in all provincial, district, and base hospitals in coming days have been prepared in accordance with the recommendations of the specialist doctors. It has been decided to vaccinate children under 3 age groups. Accordingly, the first phase of vaccination is for the cognitive children in the age group of 12 to 19 years. The doctor said that the vaccination for healthy children in age group of 15 to 19 years will be done in the upcoming days, and the vaccination for the children in age group of 12 to 15 years will also be started as soon as they receive the recommendation from the specialists. Specialist Dr. Anuruddha Padania said that even after the vaccination, a team of doctors would monitor the children's complications under the supervision of specialists and would introduce a direct telephone number for medical advices in case of any complications at home. It is revealed that the committee of specialists has given its approval to provide the vaccine only in hospitals to give only the Pfizer vaccine to children. Senior Professor Sampath Amartunga, chairman of the University Grant Commission, has given an explanation on the vaccination process of university students and reopening of universities while participating for the Adadharana Big Focus program. Accordingly, he has stated that Vice Chancellors of all the universities have been informed by the University Grant Commission that undergraduates between ages of 20 to 29 and all the academic and non-academic staff should get their COVID-19 vaccines at the vaccination center in their relevant district. Also, Mr. Sampath Amartunga said that the universities are planned to be reopened in the first 2 weeks of November for 4th, 3rd and 2nd year students and to have the first year university students intact within this year. University Grant Commission has requested the government to release the Colombo, Sri Jayawardhanapura and other universities which have been taken as quarantine centers before the end of September. After the country returns to normalcy, Vice Chancellors are requested to hold the convocations physically. A cabinet paper will be submitted this week to the cabinet with the aim of getting more provisions for the undergraduates who will be additionally submitted to the upcoming academic year. The Secretary of Ministry of Education, Professor Kapila Pereira, said that the Director of General Health of Ministry of Health has instructed to reopen schools under 4 phases at the government media conference held on 25th September. Accordingly, out of the total 10,155 schools in Sri Lanka, there are 3,884 schools with only grade 1 to 5 and 5,131 schools with less than 200 students, so those schools are to be started first. During the next 2 weeks, the school's health promotion committee, principal, school development committees, divisional secretaries, divisional police, community police, Ram Niladhari, public health inspectors, divisional medical officers, transport providing divisions, well-wishers and parents will be involved in school cleaning. Also, suitability of keeping students in the school will be monitored under the guidance of provincial directors, zonal directors and divisional directors. Professor Kapila Pereira further stated that after travel restrictions are lifted, schools will be reopened based on the recommendations received from the schools. Sri Lankan national table tennis team has been selected by Sri Lankan Table Tennis Federation to participate in Asian Senior Table Tennis Championship. Accordingly, 9 players have been nominated for the national team and Chami Raginige from the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura has been selected as the captain of the men's team. The tournament was held at Lausali Sport Arena in Doha, Qatar from 28th of September to 2nd of October. In this tournament, Sri Lankan team was competed under men's-women's team event, men's-women's single, men's-women's double, and mixed double. Department of Food Science and Technology, in collaboration with the Association of Food Science and Technology of University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, has organized International Conference on Food Research, Development and Application 2020 with the aim of supporting researchers in the field of food science and technology towards the excellence in research and development. The online conference will be held on 8th of January 2022 with the participation of the Senior Professor Ajit Alvis, Dean of Faculty of Graduate Studies of University of Moratuwa as the keynote speaker. Also, research abstracts are being opened from 7th September 2021 under the given thematic areas. Minister of State for Skills Development, Vocational Education, Research and Innovation Specialist Dr. Sita Arambepola has stated that education of children do not need to compulsory and at university and they should be allowed to pursue any field that they are talented in, backed with provincial correct guidance so that they can contribute to the country's economy. The Minister of State stated this on 23rd September at a media conference held at the Department of Government Information. The minister also stated that the primary objective of this series of programs is to provide vocational education through distance learning for the first time in Sri Lankan history. She further stated that these programs will provide information on vocational training fields specifically for grade 7, 8, 9 school children so that they can select the field that they prefer and start the course while schooling itself, so that they can be granted the opportunity to take the first step towards the NVQ certificate. It was pointed out that after the completion of these courses, of which the syllabus will be designed under the State Ministry of Skills Development, Vocational Education, Research and Innovation, students who have successfully studied the relevant subjects in the respective fields and passed the online examination will be given practical training by a recognized vocational training institute, and if any students want to complete the practical training after the completing their school term, they will be given an opportunity to do so as well. This series of programs is designed to cover a wide range of professional and technical fields. Courses in the fields of ICT, electricity, hotel field and refrigerator repair field are currently being offered, the minister said. Also, the courses on motor mechanics and hotel management are being telecasted on Adadharana 24 Education Channel on Saturdays and Sundays from 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m., while ICT and electronic courses are scheduled to be telecasted on TV1 channel on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The minister also said that the plans are already afoot to bring various subject courses to students through other television channels soon. University Grant Commission has issued the calculated percentages to select students for the university admission for the academic year 2020-21. Due to the syllabus change that happened, the 2020 GCE Advanced Level Examination was held under two syllabuses, old and new, and two populations sat for the exam under these two categories. UGC appointed a committee of experts to recommend a mechanism in selecting students for the university for the academic year 2020-21 based on the set scores that would be obtained at the GCE Advanced Level Examination in the year 2020. As per the recommendations of the expert committee, it is decided to select students to universities from GCE Advanced Level 2020 examination result as a percentage of the old syllabus and new syllabus. Decisions made in accordance with the recommended mechanism and subject to the rules and regulations are mentioned in the handbook on admission to undergraduate courses of universities in Sri Lanka for the academic year 2020-21. Hope for Youth, a national youth development program, has been planned by the Ministry of Youth and Sports with the aim of getting the direct contribution of the youth of Sri Lanka in the development process of the country and to address the challenges they faced and their aspirations. The main target of this program is to reduce the unemployment of the youth up to 12%, which is assessed at 28%. Accordingly, on behalf of the Yavanapura program, which was implemented until 2019, Hope for Youth program will be implemented from 2021. The cabinet approval has been granted to implement this program, targeting all divisional secretariats through the National Youth Services Council. Say No to COVID-19, a program for directing to commercialization of new inventions held with the participation of Minister of State for Pharmaceutical Production, Supply and Regulation, Professor Channa Jayasumana, Minister of State for Skill Development, Vocational Education, Research and New Invention, Specialist Medical, Mrs. Sitar Mepola, Commissioner of Sri Lanka Inventors Commission, Professor N.M.S. Sirimuthu, Assistant Commissioner, Professor Neelika Malavige, Assistant Commissioner, Dr. Anupa Hera, Director, CEO of Sri Lanka Innovators Commission, Mr. N.N.W. Dolawatha, and other guests. A short presentation by innovators about the need and commercial potential of their inventions. Smooth lateral patient transfer apparatus, bed to trolley by the leader, senior lecturer, PTM Bandara, head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, is also presented for this program. This device is specially designed to reduce possible injuries when transferring patients with spinal cord injuries. With this product, the number of healthcare workers needed for partially transferred patient is less, and only one healthcare worker can easily transfer the patient. With this unique arranged bed, a patient undergoing surgery can easily transfer from a surgical bed to a ward bed without changing the patient's position. Since the transfer process is touchless, this product may be especially useful when dealing with COVID-19 patients in intensive care units. Meanwhile, a business meeting between innovators and inventors will be held with this in the future. That's all the news we have this week. This is Japra News by Japra Voice, the university-level brand of trusted news reporting. Take care. Good night.